Hi guys. Okay, today I'm going to do a demo on how to do a coil pot. It is your second project. So we start by making a base, which I already did, cut it out. I made a slab and then I cut out the shape that I wanted. I'm gonna go with a circle just to make things simple. Then you're gonna make your coils. Now I've already got some coils rolled out so I can do this quickly, but what you do is you take your slab right here and you're gonna cut out a bunch of strips. Now on this, I'm gonna cut them out kind of wide because then I can roll them out and make them longer. So if I cut out a whole bunch of strips, I make them about the same size. I'm gonna scoot this aside and I'll show you how I do this. So you take your slab, the strip that you cut, and then sorry, the jets are flying over. We're gonna squash it down and we're gonna roll out a big coil, okay? And as I roll this out, it will get longer. So you see how I work with my hands and stretch this coil out a little longer, okay? And you're gonna make this, try to make all of your coils about the same width. Okay, so I have a bunch of coils that I've already laid out that are ready, and I'm gonna use your sponge. Your sponge helps keep things nice and plastic, nice and wet. So use your sponge on these as you go, okay? Then I'm going to take one of my coils, it doesn't matter which one. I'm going to measure it around here. Now you're going to need to score and slip as you go. So I check that, okay, it's long enough. Now I'm gonna score the base. Then you're gonna use some vinegar for slip. I have vinegar right here. And I would paint the vinegar around here. Now the vinegar creates slip. We've talked about this. It makes the clay dissolve and create slip. And then you go ahead and put this on. Now, it's a good idea to score both sides of your, where the clays are coming together. So score the bottom and score the bottom of your coil. Use my tool to smooth this inside together. As you're building your coil pot, you don't have to smooth the coils on the outside if you don't want to. If you want to see the coils, you can. Or you can choose to smooth them together and make this just a smooth surface, but it's up to you if you want to see the coils or not. Then use your sponge. And as we go, we're going to smooth each coil on so we get rid of that seam so that we don't have a place where our clay is going to crack. Smooth that all together, okay? So each layer, we're gonna have to smooth this inside together to make it so that it's all stuck together nice. Okay, so this is where we could start to do some fun things with this. We can start to give it some personality. So you can take some coils, and I made this one a little bit thinner, this coil a little thinner, and I'm keeping it really, this one's really wet, really plastic, so you can see how wet that is. It can really bend without cracking or breaking. So what I'm gonna do is I want to start making some designs. Okay, start to roll this up and decide how much of it you want, how big of a coil you want. And I'm going to kind of smear the back together to hold this coil in place. Okay, so the back of my coil doesn't look very good, but the front looks really fun. So we're gonna put this on. Try to decide how big I want it. And score this edge up again. Where we're gonna put this. Okay. Then we're gonna hook this coil on. I'm gonna smear this back together to hold this in place. Okay, I'm gonna make another coil. So you can decide what you wanna do. You can make a bunch of coils and put them right together, or you can just do one here and there. So I'll show you how to do another one. Just roll this out and smear the back of those together to help it hold. And then we'll put some clay in here to hold this part together too. Okay. And then I'm going to just add some clay in the center here to hold all of this together. Okay, once I get all of those little circle coils on, then I'm going to go through and I've added clay to the back to hook them all together. If you can see how the back of it, I've added clay and smoothed everything out back there. If ever I have a spot that's really thin, I take some of my clay and I kind of squish it out flat, get it really wet. My hand, well, this hand's not wet, but get the clay nice and wet, super slippery, and you can push that into any places where you have low spots. Finish it off with your sponge and make it look nice. And there we have our finished pot. Now, remember when you're doing this, remember it needs to dry really slowly. All right, we'll talk to you soon. We'll see you soon. Bye.